So, hip hinging part 3, I'm going to use my trusty broom handle again. This time we're going to use the wall as well, so the wall becomes a target for me to reach to as a test of how far back I can go. So handily, we've got stripes on the floor from our pretend wooden floorboards, which give us a useful guide. So, with or without the broom handle, doesn't really matter. I'm going to start relatively close to the wall, so my heels are less than my foot's length away from the wall. Same setup as the previous version with the broom handle. Pushing my hips back until I make contact with the wall and then driving away from the wall. So for me that was relatively easy, meaning that I'm going to shift my feet forwards. And the increments are fairly small with this. The chances are that the edge of the cliff kind of comes quite suddenly. So again, emphasis on hips reaching back. Same line of my spine. The reason why my body tips forwards is because my hips go back. I've made contact with the wall and then I'm driving away from the wall to get back up. Now, I'm going to keep testing that. At some point, I will reach the position where my only option is to fall into the wall, and then I'm going to have to use momentum to get back up again. So what I'm looking for is the maximum position of my feet away from the wall where I still have full control of things, so I can make contact with the wall without falling into it, and I can drive back up away from the wall without using any momentum. And the beauty of doing hip hinging like this is it means that A, I'm practicing moving my hip joints, always a good thing, and I'm practicing keeping my spine stable, also a useful skill, and I'm reinforcing for my nervous system that differentiation between I move at the ball and socket joint and I stabilize the smaller segments above. And that skill of hip hinging can then transfer into all sorts of other exercises that are involved not just in the Pilates repertoire, but and even not just exercises, but activities of daily living, as it were. So we find the hip hinge to be a hugely useful skill to teach people in order to help them live better, but also to understand a lot of the Pilates repertoire more easily too.